Tell us about making Oakland your home.
Well, it was somewhat the second choice, actually. San Francisco was the first choice. I was raised in Seattle, Washington, and after graduating from high school, I joined the Air Force and went to Japan for 3 years, and then I came back to the West Coast. Thought I'd travel down to California. San Francisco was the first choice, and after about 2 to 3 months of there, then I got a chance to move over to Oakland. I had started making friends. I basically came with no money, no friends, no nothing, just came down. And when I finally got my first employment, I was down to pennies. So then I stayed, and that was for since 1965. Yeah, 1965 was a very exciting year and period of time for me for several reasons. Shortly before that, Kennedy was assassinated, which was a profound thing. At that time, Vietnam was just ramping up, and then when I had moved to California, I came here just in time to see the formation of the Black Panthers, and was on pretty intimate terms with a number of the principal players of that time, and usually the outlaw players, to be more correct, but I saw and knew and met, and for instance, I wrote for the Black Panther paper and also for the Berkeley Barb, and I had just recently gotten into my employment, and we did some of the same things in the workplace that we did on the streets, and with some pretty telling results. It was about a 5-front life attack, or attack on life, that we were all performing, kind of revolutionary in a lot of ways. But it was also forming me as a human being. And at about that time, I became interested in not only writing, which I figured at that point in time was my strongest creative suit, but at that time, art was also starting to raise its head. So when you asked me before about when did I know that I was an artist, it was right around the late part of 1968 or 9 that I really started pursuing art in a kind of strong pursuit. So about that time, about 70, 71, I published my first poetry and articles and stuff like that, so I felt pretty good about all of that. And about the same time, the artwork was developing to the point to where that was selling as well. And the only thing that stopped both of those, or any of those, was the fact that my wife and I decided to go separate directions, and I chose that time to kind of get my head out of the academic, and so I basically retired my creativity for about 20 years. And I just restarted all of that when I got a call from someone from the Artship about 1995 who asked if I wanted to speak at Barnes & Noble regarding my newly awakened art. So at that point in time, I think I really truly could say that I was an artist from that point in time till today.
How do you see your work with Artship and your future work with Artship?
Well, you know, I see it as a lifetime venture. I think that you guys have to tell me to retire, because I see this as a thing that'll go on for many, many years as far as my involvement with it, as far as what I see the Artship doing, which is a parallel course on some of the things that I see happening in my life. And that's with or without Artship, I would be doing some of the same things. And there's no reason why Artship as an idea and as an entity can't be a partner with me as an idea and an entity. So I don't see any divergence whatsoever. And I think that Artship has helped me in a number of ways, because it's introduced me to worlds and circles I barely knew existed, and to some degree had little interest in it until I got involved. Artistically speaking, I think that it helps me again by opening up my eyes to how I can best pursue my art. And the fact that I guess I have some sort of mechanical ability, well, the Artship's the perfect place to practice that.
I admire your work, and I admire that you're completely unperturbed by fashions or trends. You carry sincerely the depths of your vision?
I can only say that, you know, I do follow the only star I see. And as far as, say, following fashions and whatnot, you know, like it's not an attempt to do so. Because, like, I figure that most men put on clothes the same way all the time. And to try to be different to me is really trying to be the same. It's like I tell people, I said, I'm the best me there is, but a lousy anyone else. And I've got to follow that star. And I'm pretty confident in being who I am. I'm comfortable with myself. And I can say that probably for most of my life I've been that way.
And what is your wish? What's your heart's desire?
I would say I don't like turmoil. I don't like warfare. I don't like the negative things that life brings about in abundance. I don't think we can avoid them or eliminate them, but I do think that we can either coexist or navigate some very choppy waters simply by following what we know in our hearts to be real. And hopefully being real means true as well. You know, I think that if we ever intend to see the good things in life that we fight so strongly for, that we espouse, we have to believe in what we're doing. And I think that the best way to do that is not to pretend to be more than you are or less than you are. So I guess my fondest wish is to be able to face life straight ahead and hope that good things come from that.
Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure.